Gopichandra Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopichandra Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yamuna Dira So today for Gaudiya, what Gaudiya line, the Parambara, disciplic succession, who is teaching the most intimate relation, living in this kind of pain. And this is the service of Sri Radha, Radharani. You will hear, because this topic is the highest, so we will not speak on, we will speak the, and explain a little from the speaking of Srila Bhakti Srila Goswami Maharaj, who is one of the eternal associates of the Lord of Srimati Radhika. So he tells a story about the Divan of Bharatpur. Divan is Indians may know. Divan is a high position, has a high position in government. So he did parikram, means circumambulating Radhakund. And he explains his what he watched. Once the Divan of Bharatpur had come to pilgrimage with his family to the holiest places, Sri Radha Kunda, the holy lake of Srimati Radharani. He and his family were circumambulating Radhakund. They would fall flat on the ground, offering obeisances, lying down with their arms outstretched. Every time they bowed down in this way, they would mark the spot where their fingertips touched the earth. We call this also Dandavat Parikram. I don't know if you're familiar with this. Some are just walking around, some are around Govardhan. But they were doing Dandavat, meaning they're falling flat on the floor, stretching the arms, and where they touch the arms, the fingers, they make the next one. So like this, they are circumambulated, Radhakund. So even they were on a very high position in government. These times, they were buyers. Then they would slowly rise, step forward to where the spot had been marked, and again fall flat, offering their obeisances with great respect and adoration. In this way, they were circumambulating the entire Radhakunda. Upon seeing such intense worship, Paramananda Prabhu, an initiated disciple of our Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, intimated to Prabhupada that the Divan and his family must have great respect for Radharani to circumambulate the Radhakund in such a fashion. At that time, Prabhupada said, their angel vision towards Radhakund and Radharani is different from ours. So it means Prabhupada could see this. He saw Radharani different. Now he's telling why. They recognize and revere Krishna. Because Radharani is Krishna's favorite, they also have some reverence for Radhakunda. But our vision is just the opposite. Our concern is with Radharani. And only because she wants Krishna do we have any connection with him. This is the mood of the Gaudiya Vaishnava. Their connection, everything is Radharani. Because Radharani you cannot see with separated from Krishna. Also Guru Maharaj, I remember, he told us, never worship Radharani alone. Always worship Radha and Krishna. But we are favoring, we are very favorite to Srimati Radharani. Because without her we cannot attain. If Radharani is satisfied, then of course Krishna is satisfied. Dasa dasa anudasa. Gopipadu kamalaya dasa dasa anudasa. We have to become the servants of the servant of the servant of the gopis who satisfy Radharani. And when Radharani is satisfied, Krishna is satisfied. Because it is his Ladini Shakti, his pleasure energy. And so the Gaudiya Vaishnavas know only Radharani. So they are concerned where is it now? The concern is with Radharani, and only because she wants Krishna do we have any connection with him. And so the Gaudiya Vaishnavas know only Radharani. They are concerned only with her and her duties, her necessities. They are ready to serve her in all respects and cannot contemplate any service without her. That is the highest achievement of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. That is the special feature of Mahaprabhu's party. That was announced by Sri Raghunath Goswami in his Vilava Kusumanjali. Japaraya Amrita Sindhu Mai Katanjit Karomi adhikami takila sambadami tam jet kripam vayavitasya sina ivakime panayva jinacha parudu pakarinapi. This verse is a direct prayer to Radharani. It expresses a particular type of hope, which is so sweet and assuring that it is compared with an unlimited ocean of nectar. He says, there's a hope which is sustaining me and nurturing my existence. With that hope, I am somehow passing my days, dragging my life through this dangerous time. The nectarine ocean of hope is attracting me and keeping me alive. But my patience has reached its end. I can't endure any longer. I can't wait anymore. At this moment, if you do not show your grace to me, I am finished. I shall lose my prospect forever. I shall have no desire to continue my life. It will all be useless without your grace. I can stand to live another moment. And Vrindavan, which is even dearer to me than my life itself, I am disgusted with it. It is painful. It is always pinching me. What to speak of anything else? I am even disgusted with Krishna. It is so shameful to utter such words. But I can have no love even for Krishna unless and until you take me within your confidential camp of service. This is the prayer of Raghunath Das. I think this is for us hardly to follow. This can only be understood by those who have attained the mercy of Sri Radhika. So, how to attain? This is another question. This is the difficult part in our life. When Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur would begin to explain this verse, his feature would become transformed. So when Bhakti Siddhanta was reading this verse, his body becomes transformed. He would become full of emotion. His face would become like that of a phantom. So in this verse, Raghunath Das Goswami takes an extreme risk, says, "O Radha, I do not yet if I do not get your favor, I don't want anything. I want you and you alone. You have an independent relationship with anyone else. Eliminating you is impossible in my life. You must be first and then others. Without you, we can never even think of a separate relationship with Krishna. This is the highest plane. And I think really someone will attain this in this lifetime of us, but we should at least hope against hope. And what is necessary, as Maharaj says, try to live If you want to experience, if you want to come, then all this mundane conception we are living in has to be rejected, has to be given up. And this we cannot cheat Radharani and Krishna. We cannot do like we are to. We have given up. This is something, this is only between us and those who are free from the mundane conception, false ego. So Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj has written that without Radharani's company, Krishna is not beautiful. Everything is relative, dependent. A teacher depends on the student, and the student depends on his teacher. Although Krishna is the enjoyer, he is completely dependent on the enjoyed, Srimati Radharani. The two are correlative. One cannot be separated from the other. As the enjoyed, Radharani is also absolutely dependent on Krishna, the enjoyer. Radharani says, my fate is lost forever because I have given myself, I have sold myself to many places. When I heard the flute, I dedicated myself to the song of the flute. When I heard the name of Krishna, I dedicated myself to that sound. When I saw a beautiful picture of Krishna, I would dedicate myself to that picture. So in deep places, I have sold myself completely, with no possibility of any happiness or peace in my life. If I had dedicated myself to only one thing, there might have been possibility of peace. But because I have dedicated myself into different places, I am hopeless. Seeing the picture of Krishna, I couldn't contain myself. I couldn't but give myself to that beautiful figure. And so I dedicated myself fully. The name of Krishna also purchased me fully. And the sweet sound from the flute that has also drawn me to the extreme of dedication. So how can I hope for peace in my life? It is impossible. My friends, Radharani did not know it had the time, but the source of Krishna's flute, his name, his beauty are one. If she could have seen how all three of these meet together, then it would have been possible for her to have peace of mind. But it's difficult to understand this principle. So I thought it is quite high topic. If there's any question or anything we want to hear from our level. No. Everything clear. Yes?
Gurudev, Krishna is all attractive, but he is attracted by Radharani, so why does it mean that she is better than him?
Yes? We think like this. You cannot separate Radharani from Krishna. This is his Ladini Shakti, means his pleasure energy, personified. So we cannot separate it. It is also Krishna, it is his play, eternal pastimes, going on at the transcendental plane. They are not separate. Nothing is separate. We are also not separated. We are just part of him, but we have made wrong decision. We have decided that we need also a Radharani. I want to enjoy this Radharani. So we get the chance in this material world to get this kind of imitation. Because free will is given to us, so we can decide. But the one problem is here. It is a temporary place. It is not real. We can never become Krishna, the enjoyer, and we can also not become Radharani. We always have to take the position of the servant of the servant of the servant of Srimati Radhika. You cannot avoid this. There's no way around. Speculators, Yanis, they would find always some way to avoid surrender or but what is the result? You will not be able to reach the reality. This is reality. Krishna, Radharani, the Gopis, the Gopas, the Mata Yashoda, all Goloka, Vaikunda. This is eternal, no beginning, no end. Also this material world is eternal. But here, we are taking birth, and we also have to die. As we spoke the last days, whatever has a beginning has also an end. It is scientific. Somebody can prove to me that it's not like this. I will carefully hear. Is it not reality? One has to make a question. It could be, otherwise we get in trouble in the material world. Reality, the beautiful, it's called one book. Reality is eternal, no beginning, no end. But this cannot be in this material body, in this world of matter. Everything comes and goes. We must go deeper. We must go deeper. We must to find who I am first. Who I am. I am this body. Or I am this mind. Everything is temporary. Even the subtle body. So who I am. So there must be something more subtle, more fine. But we have not reached, we have not attained or realized the level of soul, Paramatma. When we come to this, then we understand. When you want to understand anything in this material world, you have to understand what is the source of everything. You cannot start in the middle to speculate about something. In this material world, they trying to find they can a blade of grass for many lifetimes. They can study it and they will not come to an end. But it's only a blade of grass. What to say of the universe? It's all partially what we are. But if you know the source where everything comes from the most subtle, most fine, from the eternal plane to the conditioned situation where we are now in. And we have created this. So it is in our power also to go back. This is what Vaishnavism is teaching us. And it is all based on the Vedic scriptures, on Bhagavatam, and Bhagavad Gita. Oh. Chaitanya, my hand is too heavy. This is material world. Nothing is perfect. Did I answer? So I think I'm not able to read this coming more in a more confidential level. So if someone is interested, we can make one reading or understanding. Theoretical understanding. Practical understanding means if you have realized, then we are not members of this material world anymore. You may see me with this eyes, so you may can touch me with this hands, or you can, as long as I have a body. But you cannot touch the soul. We are not able to go on this level. There, only absolute pure devotion is necessary when we want to enter the eternal plane. No travel markets. No one speculating. Speculation has to be given up. This is reality. Reality is that what happened. If I like it or not like it, but this is reality. Death is reality, disease is reality, old age is reality, birth is reality. And whatever happened around us, I may like it or not like it. We are so foolish, we think we can change it. But we are thinking we are more strong than the material nature or the nature. Very foolish. not understood the laws of this nature. This is all like small children playing in the sand, making something, creating something there, and then destroying it again. But this is what we call material life, or illusion, or maya, that what is not. So we just cannot even imagining that we can change this, or we would like to change it. Because we are so much attached to this mundane life here. And we think it will last forever. Maybe in 10 years they have a vaccine, you become 180 years old. Just imagine how you're looking with 180 years. And what kind of enjoyment? Something more, the time is over. I would like to speak more in the end, but I think it is not. I'm not qualified to speak openly. One can read these things, one can read 10th canto, but reading and living it, this is a difference. And my Guru Maharaj reading Chaitanya Bhagavata. By reading, he entered these pastimes they were telling. They entered, Mahaprabhu manifested all the great souls who appeared with Mahaprabhu. They are not dead. We can enter, we can get their association, but how? What is the qualification? I want to speak of, speaking about the highest of all, Radharani's relation, or Radharani's position. We would make offense. Thinking this is ordinary, we would just put it on our level. And committing offense, and it would be harm us more than benefiting. Better Hansel and Gretel, or Romeo and Julia. You find such stories in the material world. But they are eternal pastimes, we have to be careful. They are spoken by pure devotees, they are not spoken on the mental level, they are not spoken on the gross. They're coming from the transcendental plane. And if we are qualified, we can enter this plane. Raghunath, he is lamenting and lamenting. If you're not sure, if you're not, I cannot meet you. If you are hiding, I will give up my life. I cannot live without you. Such intense love, such intense feeling he developed. This we cannot understand how it's possible. How can you develop such a feeling to someone in this world? Or you can, of course. But this is so temporary, not comparable with transcendental love. So any question or any comments? More, otherwise we can close here. Because Radharani's feast is waiting. Yes. This is the sweet part. But even if something happened to us, some accident or that whatever, it is also Radharani's mercy. But this we don't accept as Radharani's mercy. Jai Srimati Radharani ki Jai, Srimati Radharani ki Jai, Jai Shri Radha Govinda ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Nitya Leela Bhavistam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Vicharya Stotasa Srimad Bhakti Rakshak Srila Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, Srila Gurudev Nitya Leela Bhavistam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Vicharya Stotasa Srimad Bhakti Vaibhavpuri Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nitai Go Premanandi.